I went out to South by Southwest in Austin, Texas. I had like an Airbnb out there and I had a whole studio set up. I wrote and recorded the first verse and the hook while I was in Texas. And I was just like so inspired by like all the people who were out there just like grinding and, you know, passing out music like that. That just like motivated me. And I always knew that I wanted to do a song for the project that was like a way of me telling my story, but also making it like an anthem and something that felt good that other people can relate to that have been going through some of the same things. And so it was just like the perfect match of all those elements. And I was like, all right, this is the song I'm gonna do. It's called Hustle.
It's hustle, hustle. Got it on my own. I hustle. It's the only thing that I know. Hustle, hustle. Go off of what you want, so I gotta hustle.
Yo, what it do? This your boy Chizzy Stevens. Welcome to Behind the Beat for Hustle off of my EP, California Nights. Let's go. All right, so let's jump into it. So the very first thing that I started with was this sample. So I'm gonna jump into that first. At this sample, I found this sample and I just thought it was cool and I wanted to challenge myself to find a way to like make a cool track out of it. So I manipulated it, changed it some, and then this is where we're at right now. So it kind of sounds weird, and what I did was threw an EQ on it, got rid of all those unwanted frequencies, and just left it as that. Then I duplicated that track, and then I pitched it up a whole octave, and I'll play that. And so that just kind of felt weird, and I was like, all right, this kind of odd, so I threw an EQ on that, and they got rid of all those extra frequencies, and I threw in the RC20 just to kind of add some kind of wobble to the sound. So there's the sample. From there, I started building my drums. So let's jump into that. Added my clap. Then I added my hat. And with this, I wanted it to kind of sound old school, but also like new school. So that's why I have the trap hats in here. And then I used the Fat tricks on the hi-hats to add some sauce to them. And then I found this cool breakbeat hi-hat, which was dope because it kind of had this vinyl crunch to it just to kind of add to that old school feel. So I wanted to like blend the two, have it kind of feel old school, but also modern. And then you have your kick. Then from there, I started adding my percussive elements. So I have a hat in here. So there's that. Then I have this snare here. And that happens just once at the very beginning. And it's kind of weird how that came about. I was actually meaning to play a hi-hat sound, and I ended up hitting the snare. And it just kind of felt cool in the groove, so I left it. And then my next element that I added was this kind of rim shot. And it's just a little percussive element. There's something light that's in the background. So here's that. And it's like the percussion is basically talking to each other. You got the snare, then you got the trap hat sauce, then you got the rim shot and your hat. So once I had that groove going, I literally started writing the song from there. And then I went in and added my 808. Now with the 808, I kind of wanted the 808 to kind of, obviously I wanted it to knock, but I also wanted to use it as like a bass instrument. So let's check that out. So it's pretty simple on the first half, and then on the turnaround of this, I wanted to kind of add a different element to it. I was thinking like, what would a bass player do? And so basically, yeah, I just played that as like a bass instrument, or like as a guitarist would have played it. And I just thought that added a cool vibe to it. So then from there, I wrote, recorded the track, and that was it. And as I was listening back to the track, I was like, it'll be dope to add some horns onto here. And so I had my homie Alex Charles, shouts out to him, lay some horns down. So basically, I wanted to keep the whole vibe of this feeling like a boom bap type of track with trap drums. So I had my original sample in here. and then I had him play a line underneath it. So I'll play what it sounded like originally. So that's what it sounded like originally. And then what I did was I took these horns, I put them through a bus and put a bunch of different effects on it to make it sound like a sample. So I threw in an EQ here and my RC20. Sounds totally different, and then I blended it with the sample. And so now that added that melodic element. So then from there, I had him play kind of like a post hook part. I have this little post part in the song. And I wanted him to kind of play a part that accented those lines. So I'll play that.
I'm on Rodeo, bumping, regulate, G-Funk.
And I ran those through the same effects that I had the horns and the hook on as well. And then for the very end, I told him, like, man, just jam out, do your thing. I really wanted to get a solo on here because as I was writing the song, I was thinking about when I had my old studio, there used to be this saxophone player who was on the corner, and he would always play like when the clubs closed. So I was like, you know, it'll kind of be dope to like bring some type of influence from that back. And so I told my homie to jump in and just do his thing. So he recorded 2 solo parts, and then I chopped the 2 up together, and this is what we have. And on this, he had his own effects, and I left it as is. Like, I thought it sounded great, and so I'll play that. And that's it. And that's like my favorite part of the track. All I really know is hustle, so I want y'all to go out there and get it as well. Peace.